Alright, you guys, coming back to compound inequalities, day 2. I'm just going to go through a brief recap here of the two different cases. You don't have this slide. You can just kind of look along with this part because I'm going to talk about them a little more in the next slides that you do have anyway. But the AND cases, just remember what those look like. There's two different ways you could see it. AND cases, they could write it all as one inequality, something like negative 2 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 7. They could write it like that. They could also write it with the word and. You don't see it quite as much. Something like x is greater than negative 2 and x is less than or equal to 7. So you can see it both of those ways. On the IXL assignment from the other day, then you definitely saw it both of these different types of cases. So with the word or just all as one. The OR cases, on the other hand, you only see them one way. You see x is greater than or equal to 7 or x is less than negative 2. Those always just have the word or in them, and it's just two inequalities joined by the word or. Okay. In terms of the graphs, now again, you're going to learn in the future that there are other things that can happen with the graphs, but for the most part, what we're going to work with here in 8th grade, when you graph one of these inequalities, the AND cases are always going to look like we're looking for the solutions that are greater than negative 2 in this case and less than or equal to 7. So I'd shade in the 7, I'd open circle on the negative 2, and I'd shade in the middle. The AND cases are always going to look like these cases where all the solutions are in the middle. Again, almost kind of looks like the AND compound inequality itself when it's built. Okay, the values are in the middle that we want, and these are the outside boundaries. Okay. The graph for the OR case, though, again, because the solutions can either be greater than or equal to 7 or less than negative 2. So you graph those numbers on your number line, 7 and negative 2. I'd close circle on 7, and again, we're talking about numbers that are greater than 7 in this case. So I'm going to shade to the right and make my arrow. Or open circle on negative 2 and shade to the left, okay? I'm talking about the solutions outside the middle, so they always kind of point in the opposite directions. Here's the OR case graph, okay? So yesterday's assignment was dealing with this, and now going forward, well, we still deal with compound inequalities, but sometimes, just like other inequalities, just like other equations, sometimes we have to solve and get x by itself when we're dealing with either of these two cases. So I'm going to show you some of those problems today and how we can do that. Okay, so now here is a slide that you will have for the notes today. Again, take notes along with me, and even if you want right now, you can maybe pause and try these problems on your own first, or watch me do one and then pause. But definitely give them a try and see what you can do. Okay, but let me start off here with this first one, and kind of start off at the top here. It says when solving compound inequalities, kind of like I said in that last slide, we still have to get x by itself. That's how you solve an inequality or solve an equation. It's when I get x by itself, and that can help me determine what values are possible for it. In an AND case, so here are the AND cases where it's just one big inequality. Okay. If it helps for these cases, just for a brief moment, don't do this on your paper, but just watch me do it, okay? You could just scribble out this part here for a second. Just scribble out the first number in that first inequality and think, what would you do if this was your problem? Just like other inequalities, right? Well, you would add 5 to both sides. You draw your line first, okay? Let me do that. Do erasing, and then I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to add 5 to both sides, right? Well, let me go back to the fact that this is a compound inequality. And since it is, well, I just have to draw lines on both of the inequality signs. And now notice there are 3 sections. A section here, 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 a middle, a left, and a right. And so just like I do with equations, when I do something one step to one side, I got to do it the other. Well, same idea here. If I add 5 in the middle to cancel it out and get x by itself, I just got to do it to all 3 of the sections, so to the left and to the right. So when I add 5 to everywhere, I'm going to get negative 2 is less than, well, now the x is in the middle by itself because I got rid of the 5, and that's less than 9. And there is my solved compound and inequality. So I need to open circle, and a negative 2 here. I should put the number in, but open circle negative 2. I need a 9 over here. I need to open circle there. And again, the x values are in between for these and compound inequality cases. Okay. Good, let's do another one here. Again, you could pause right now and try the 2 below and see if you could do them. Otherwise, if you just want to watch me do them, that's totally fine too. But realize, again, if it helps even just for a brief minute, take your hand and cover up like part of the problem here. And just think, what would I do if this was my problem? Well, I'd draw my line, I'd subtract 4 to both sides, and you got to divide by 2. Steps we've done all year long, okay? Well, it's the same thing in an and compound inequality. I just got to draw the line on both of the inequality signs because it makes 3 sections, okay? And now I'll do steps just like we usually do, though. I just got to subtract 4 to all 3 sections, okay? Make sure you do all parts then. 10 minus 4 gives me 6 over here. That's less than or equal to, I still just have 2x in the middle once the 4's cancel. And then over here I've got 20. And then my last step in this case, I got one more step. I got to get x by itself. I got to divide both sides by 2. But I guess what I'm saying is I got to divide all 3 sides by 2 in this case, okay? When I do that, I'm going to bring my answer over here just so I have a little more space. I've got 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 10. There's our compound and inequality. I need a 3 on the left side. I need a 10 on the right side here for my number line. I'm going to close circle on 3. I'm going to open circle on 10, and I will shade in the middle. All of these are and cases. Again, you learn in the future that there are times where it doesn't have to look like this, but for our purposes, they probably always will for the problems you're doing today. Okay? Last one. So, same idea. I got my inequality sign, so I'm just going to draw lines on each one of them. Then that'll just remind me that there's 3 sections. A section here, a section here, and a section here. So whatever I do, I got to do to all 3 of the sections. Okay? Circle your variable just like we usually would. What's going on with the variable? They're multiplying -3. They're adding 7. So first thing, we always look to add or subtract first if we can. I'm going to minus 7 from all the sections. Okay? That's going to give me -15 on the far left. Then I'll have -3x in the middle. Oops, not a very good 3 though. -3x in the middle. And then less than or equal to 12 on the far right. Okay? Now, take a look. We know how inequalities work. Okay? And I got my variable here in the middle. I could extend my lines if I want. I got to divide everything by -3. And I've changed color for a reason, just as a little reminder in the back of your mind. Okay? Inequalities, what happens when you divide by a negative? Yes, even in these compound cases, I have to circle both of the inequality signs and turn them around. Because I'm dividing over here on this side 12, which is positive, but I'm dividing by -3. So it becomes a negative now when it wasn't before. On the far left, look, I had -15. I'm dividing by -3. The negatives cancel. So now it's +5. It switches the sign of both of the sides, so you've got to turn your inequalities around or you'll get all the wrong answers. Okay? Here's your final inequality. You can leave it like that, but kind of like we do with other inequalities too, it's nice. I think it's nice to have the smallest number, in this case the -4, on the very left. But again, that means you got to switch all the signs just like we're used to doing. Oops, and I forgot that this was an equal to over here. So I need to make sure that I include that here. -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 5. There's our compound inequality once I've switched it around. You don't have to switch it around, but I think it helps to graph. Okay? Good. I've got my -4 here, my 5 here. Should have a closed circle on the -4 because that was where it was equal to. Open circle on the 5 and shade in between. Okay, there's our last compound inequality for and cases. Let me go over to or cases now and show you one of those. Okay, the or case is nice enough. Just like little compound inequalities, or little inequalities, I should say, that we just have to solve. So I just got to look at each one separately because they each can be a little different. So take a look at this first one. 2x is greater than 8. Well, then that means I just got to divide both sides by 2. And so my first inequality is x is greater than 4. Or, still keep my or in the middle. And then the other one is 3x is less than -9. So it ends up being kind of like just 2 mini problems. And once I complete those, I've got my or compound inequality. X is greater than 4 or x is less than -3. So I need a -3 over here. I need a 4 over here. In this case, they're both open circles. And again, look at what each one's saying. X is greater than 4. So I want to shade the answers that are greater than 4. Those are possible solutions in this case. Or x is less than -3. So the numbers that are less than -3. So in these or cases, they typically look like this. I shade to the outsides. Okay. Again, you'll find not always does that work, but if you look at the inequalities, most of the time, for what we're doing right now, it will work. In the future, you'll learn about some other situations that can happen. Okay? Take a look at this next one. And again, you can do the next two before me. Pause the video and try them out yourself. Otherwise, I'll go through them for you right now. But each problem just is like its own little problem. Okay? Each inequality. So I'm going to solve that one on the left. I'm going to solve that one on the right. Okay? So this first one, I'm going to minus 1 from both sides, first of all. 3x is less than or equal to negative 6. And then I divide both sides by 3. X is less than or equal to negative, negative, not 3, but negative 2. Okay? So there's my first inequality. Or, it's an or compound inequality, so now I got to solve the other side. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 2x is greater than 12. Divide both sides by 2. X is greater than 6. So I have, and again, the word or is important. If you don't include that, it does mean something different. So you got to include that. That makes it a compound inequality. X is less than or equal to negative 2, or x is greater than 6. Okay. X is less than or equal to negative 2, so close circle on the negative 2 and keep my arrow on the end to show it keeps going on forever. And then open circle on 6 and get my arrow going the other direction to show it goes on forever in that direction. So I can have answers that are less than negative 2, like negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Or, since it's an or case, I can have answers that are greater than 6, like 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Good. This last one. So again, same thing. I'm going to start off with the inequality on the left. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. 4x is greater than 16, it looks like, if I do that. And divide both sides by 4. X is greater than 4. Okay? Or, and now I'm going to solve the other one. I'm going to change color here just because I know what's coming up. And maybe you can see it too as you look at that problem. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I'm going to get negative 2x is greater than or equal to 4. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. I'm dividing by a negative, so I've got to turn the inequality around. Okay? Again, not that because there was a negative or anything in the problem, but because I divided both sides by negative 2. I've got to turn this around now to be less than or equal to negative 2. Okay? So here's my compound inequality. X is greater than 4, or x is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, it's getting a little compact in here, but I think you can see I did my negative 2 on that side, open circle on my positive 4 on this side. I draw my arrows, and there's my or compound inequality graph. Okay? Try these out today, guys. Let me know if you need any help. You'll do great.